Hey everyone, welcome to your Watch Me First for week 10. This week is all about statistical analysis. You are going to actually work through independent samples, dependent samples, and a Mann-Whitney. Okay, so let me show you guys what I have. I have organized the information in subfolders so that it is easy and not overwhelming for everybody. So if you look at one subfolder, what it has is, it has the PDF document, it has a video that goes with the document, and then it has the data set that is used for the tables in an Excel sheet. So that if you want to run SPSS or you want to do your own analysis on the data set, you're more than welcome to. You do not need this data set. So I'm going to use a different color. You do not need this data set for the assignment. What you're looking at is the tables and the video that goes with it. I'm going to open one of them and I'm going to show you. So this is an independent sample t-test document, and you will see what the research question is. You will see what the null hypothesis is, and then you will also see what the alternate hypothesis is. There are assumptions, which is important. And so here is explanation of all of these assumptions, talks about, and I go through all of this in the video. Okay, so I'm not going to repeat that again. But what is independent, dependent, and other things? Okay, so let me go back to the folder for a minute. If you have two groups that are independent of each other, for example, you have a third grade class, but you have a section 1 and a section 2, and both of students in one group do not match with students in another group, that's an independent sample. Okay, so the scores of one do not depend on the scores of others. You're just testing two different groups that you're doing. However, if your participants are one group and you're collecting what is known as pre and post test, that means you look at the beginning of the year, end of the year, and things like this, then before intervention, after intervention, then it's a dependent sample t-test. Mann-Whitney t-test comes into play if you're using a Likert scale, if it's an ordinal scale. You need at least 30 participants for actually getting some sort of a results in a statistical analysis. Sometimes if you have less than 30 participants, we can do a Mann-Whitney test and get no more, because it's a non-parametric. You're not taking so many students. That's the reason that you have all the three that you're going to do, because each one of you one of these may apply and some may not apply, but getting that experience is important with this. Okay, so here is an effect size link. It's there in your assignment, so that's why you have. I actually put these, which gives you a snapshot of statistical analysis. I share it with my Intro to Research class students, and just looking at the assumptions, that is one of the important things, is you want to see whether your data set is a normal bell curve or not, right? Like if it is skewed or how it is, assumptions are met or not met. And so these are the four, for your independent sample t-test, these are the four things that will show you whether assumptions is met or not. For dependent sample t-test, these are the two things that show you whether assumptions are met or not. For ANOVA, these are the four things. There is one or two students who are doing correlation that applies, but these three cover everything else. So you have to look at the scores, you have to look at whether they're independent, you have to look at the variance and all of those things. Okay. So what is your assignment? In your assignment, here is the data sets again for you guys to run if you want to run statistical analysis or anything else. Okay, so let's open up the assignment. Your tables and everything are there within the assignment. So look here, this is the data set, and I put it also on the Excel sheet. But this is all you need for doing your assignment if you are watching all the videos and everything. So here's your data set. Here tells you the coding. Look at the coding. This is the way you're going to code, because you're going to assign codes to your groups, right? And then you are coming up is, what is the research question? So this time they're collecting scores the very next day. So look at what has been done. And so you're coming up with the research question, the null hypothesis, and all of those assumptions. You're going to write a report. Look at the report that is there. Copy paste it. Be careful about italics. Be careful about decimal numbers. Be careful about lowercase and uppercase letters. Decimal points. Where does the zero go? Doesn't go. So that is all you need. Here is the effect size. Here is the link, and it's there in the folder 2. All of these. Here are your tables for the independent and the Mann-Whitney data set. You have all the tables that you need. And here is the Mann-Whitney ones. And then here is the dependent sample ones. And then you have your. So all the tables are within there. You're writing the reports for assumptions and for the final report for your dependent sample t-test. So all the tables that you need are there. Okay. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. So this is all that is there in week 10, and here is your Dropbox for your assignment 2. Best of luck. I was just checking. I do give you guys an extra day on this assignment, so it's not due the Sunday, it's actually due the Monday the 25th. So giving you an extra day to work on the assignment and everything else. But if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask.